Hello, good morning. It's Friday. Welcome to the Better Business Workshop. Today's topic, an absolute fundamental one, really. So the second part in a new series of 7 is all about, if you saw yesterday's Wednesday's program, it's all about our 6-step process and how we help build businesses. And today's an absolute fundamental one. It's all about getting the basics right. We're going to talk through 4 steps of how to get the basics right. And I'm joined in a second by my colleague Mark Miller. I'll flick over to him in a moment. Please remember to like and share this stuff and get this stuff out to business owners. And if you're watching on repeat, then please remember to follow us and come and join us over in our group as well. Let's go to Mark. Good morning, Mark. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm looking forward to this because basics are normally boring, right? And that's why we don't do them. And that's true about diet, physical exercises, social life. We miss the basics sometimes. So it's good to start there, and it's good to get enthusiastic about them, which we will do.
Absolutely. So we're going to make sure we've got these foundations in place, Mark. So we call this phase mastery, right? So let's just get this up. So yesterday we talked through with the folks our 6-step model, which is over there as a reminder in the right-hand corner. So there are 4 important steps that we encourage all business owners to master, right? And the first one is destination mastery. So what do we mean by destination mastery?
Yeah, the thing about the 6 steps of business is those of you know us have seen the model, and what is really crucial about these things is there's a constant revisitation in our own minds. And back to mastery, which is the very, very basics. If you're like me, you'll forget it and you'll move on, and then you get excited, and then you'll oh my gosh, I must go back. Destination mastery is where am I taking my business and when am I going to exit?
Yeah.
Even if it's maybe next month, we would hope, or next year, but it could well be several years away. And destination mastery is being absolutely crystal clear about where we want our business to go. It's well worth revisiting. Some people do it by having notes put up or picture boards, Mark, or image boards, or others. I have it in my diary that keeps pinging back at me occasionally to remind me this is what you're trying to do. I think I had a chat with you this morning very quickly, then we started, about a situation I've got in one of the businesses, which is really frustrating for me. And it's easy to get bogged down into that stuff and forget, look, this is where I'm going. So remind us where I'm going. And I'd say one more thing on this one. Reminders to the people who work with us about where we're going is one of the very, very good aspects of leadership. And it takes people with us to where we're going.
So Stephen Covey said in his 7 Habits, that kind of real seminal piece of text, really, and I'd encourage anybody to go and read 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. One of his 7 habits was start with the end in mind, right? So this is on 2 levels, and important that you touched on teams as well. So as the business owner, getting really clear about what's this going to look like when it's finished, whenever that's going to be, right? But also for the team, it's really important to be able to align them to goals that help build towards where you wanted the business to go to, right? And that's essentially what we mean by destination mastery, right? So if that's destination mastery, Mark, then what's the next mastery?
This is something which it's kind of non-negotiable, right? There is quite a lot of business owners you speak to. I think we were speaking to one, or you were speaking to one late afternoon yesterday, Mark, who was not sure of what the financials were of their business. It's not uncommon.
Yeah, very, very common. So many business owners that we talk to, Mark, are not on their numbers at all.
And it's a discipline, and it's really very, very critical because it then becomes rewarding because you can see the money building in the way that you want it to build. It's very, very frustrating to find out there are expenses you weren't aware of. There were future costs that you hadn't taken into account. Get really, really tight on money and planning. And if you're not that good at it, get a business partner or somebody who can assist you, bookkeeping agencies that can work with you to be really tight on numbers.
Absolutely. So two important facets. First of all, making sure that you've got a profitable business. If you haven't got a profitable business, then you haven't got a business, right? That's the first takeaway. So let's make sure we've got a profitable business. The second one is, are we on top of our numbers? Do we absolutely know our numbers, and what's our plan to grow the top line if that's what we want? we want
Yeah,
to do.
and we can again, folk, give us a call just for a chat if you wanted to, because there are lots of ways that we can suggest to make sure we're getting on top of it, and it's not complex and over exhausting, but it is critical to do it.
Good. All right. So we know where we're going. We know that we're making some money, Mark. What's the next step? Time mastery.
Now here we go. This is the classic. I really like doing this. I don't really like doing that, and we have to be kind to ourselves. There's stuff we like doing. Usually, the stuff we started the business with, we really like doing. But actually, the goal of a business is to make ourselves redundant. Right? Now, if we think of that long term, we've got to make ourselves redundant so the business can work without us. Then, how do I spend my time this week? And one of the very, very strong focuses needs to be thought processes about how can I offload what I'm doing somewhere else. How can I offload it to a system, or how can I offload it to other people? And if we're not using our time in order to think about offloading our time, then we're just going to keep busy like a hamster on a wheel.
Absolutely. So for the business owner, this is about doing things that only you can do, right? The high value tasks.
Yeah.
Or as I heard it described the other day, being the rainmaker for the business. So how can
nice.
how can you free up your time so that you can be the business rainmaker, right? But also, Mark, so often we go into businesses that have, the other key word around this is about productivity or efficiency, right? So how are you as productive? Are you focusing? Is your business focusing on doing the things that are kind of the most important things that need to be done in the most productive way, both you and your teams, right?
When you have a team, very quickly on this one of the hardest things to do, most effective things to do as a team manager, team leader, business owner is make your team use their time well. I was talking to a client yesterday who's got a very senior person who's just not been using the time appropriately. That's really expensive.
Yeah.
Now, the person not using the time appropriately is genuine. They're trying their best, but they're focusing on stuff that at the moment doesn't matter. And to get the relationships in your team where people are on the button, accountable for the way they're spending their time, is a real challenge. But it must be mastered by the whole business.
Absolutely, Mark. Yeah, time mastery, absolutely key. Morning to Mark Holland, by the way. Great to see you. Thank you for
Hi, Mark.
joining.
Nice to see you. There's three Marks then.
We have 3 Marks on the call now, and Mark, I know that you've worked. Mark's one of our clients. Mark's done an absolutely brilliant job on his time mastery as well, in terms of getting on. He's
Mark should be running this bit.
yeah, Mark knows time mastery better than any of our clients, right? He's an absolute legend at this stuff. Good. All right. So the fourth area then is around delivery mastery. So by delivery mastery, right, we don't mean go and get a van.
Oh, right. That's a pity. I love driving vans. That's great.
So what do we mean by delivery mastery, Mark? What's that all about?
The biggest growth factor in any business is customers who come back. And we can shift stuff out the door, sell it, but people who come back and people who recommend are the real heartbeat of what we do. So that the constant question must be, am I getting the delivery of my solutions to the customers to them on time, to quality? Am I delighting them, and are they repeat ordering from me?
Absolutely.
And if they're not, we can be putting so much effort into marketing and selling and losing the main point. The main source of our new business is our current people who currently know us.
Absolutely. So this is about consistency, consistently exceeding expectations, right? It's essentially where we're at with our product or our service. So making sure that it's right first time, every time, in a way that delights our clients, and that's essentially what we mean by that, right, Mark?
Absolutely. A quick thing that's just come to mind, and I can't remember the name of the company. I should have remembered this before we started, but it's a utilities company in the States who runs its customer service based only on customer opinion surveys. And it does more customer opinion surveys than most of us would dream of. And it's grown at an incredible rate because it just keeps asking customers, what do you want? What do you want?
Yeah.
How can we improve it? And then actually doing it. So as a tip, to get your delivery right, talk to your customers, get some feedback, and then constant improvement.
Good tips, Mark. Great tips. All right, folks. So that was 4 steps to mastering mastery. There's a ton more content like that over in the Better Business Workshop groups. Go and join us in our Facebook group. We'd love to see you there. In our LinkedIn group or on our YouTube channel. There's tons. There's about 40 or 50 films like this up there now. Go and check all of that out. come and join us. If you want to talk about any of this stuff and getting the basics right in your business, then come and join us on a hot seat. You can book that by going to calendly.com/action coach Milton Keynes, or you can also come over to the website, which is miltonkeynes.actioncoach.co.uk, and we'd love to see you. Mark, that was all about getting the basics of mastery right. It's been brilliant to see you, Mark. Thanks ever so much. Thank you for all of your support this week. Wishing you a great weekend.
And also to Mark and any other Marks that are watching, we need to set a target to get 20 Marks watching and
Mark my words, it'll be fun.
Oh, well done.
Well, it's a great friend of mine says marketing begins and ends with Mark, right?
Yeah.
All right, Mark. Brilliant to see you. Take care. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
All the best. Bye-bye.